Good evening everybody. This is Bhargavi. Welcome to the Programming Guide channel. Today we are going to discuss about the structures in C programming. You can follow me in my Telegram channel at Bhargavi CS, and you can follow my Facebook page bhargavi1282@gmail.com. Now already I have posted a video based on the structure, and that means what is a structure and how to define it. But I have not explained the detailed explanation because one of my students asked the difference between union and structure, so I posted that video. Now in this video I am going to explain the complete details of the structures and how to write the programs based on that, how it differentiates with the arrays. Now we enter into the video. Now structure definition. Now structure is nothing but it is a collection of different data types of data logically stored under specified name. Now first of all we are going to discuss about the arrays. First just revise array. What is mean by array? Array is nothing but collection of elements of same data type to be stored in a single variable. We call it as a array. That means consider here we have int a of 5. That means what? Here a is a array variable that can store 5 values of integer type only. So what the advantages we have with the array is continuity. So all the elements of 5 array variables are stored continuously in the memory allocation. Okay, now but what the drawback we have? It can accept only one type of data to be stored in A. So it avoids multiple type of data. That means array can store only same type of data of 5 elements into A, whereas structure can store 5 values of different data types. 5 values of different data types. That means in these 5 values, one may be character, one may be float, two may be integers, other may be double or string or anything. So any data types of data to be collectively stored under one specified name is called as structure. We use struct keyword to declare the structure type. Here your EA is of integer type, whereas your structure type, if you want to define, we use a keyword called struct. That means struct is nothing but a data type only. Here int is a data type of predefined, so it can accept only integer, whereas struct is a data type of user defined. It can accept any type of data and to be stored in a under specified name. So this is the difference between structure and array. Listen carefully. Array is used to store homogeneous data. That means same type of data is to be stored in array, whereas structure can store heterogeneous data. That means different types of data to be stored in a structure. It can be used with the functions, pointers and arrays also. That means we can write the programs which are related to arrays, pointers, functions with the structures also. Next we'll see how to define a structure. Now this is the syntax of the structure. Now how to write? Here S is a small letter. Struct, structure name, data members, data members, data members, so on, and structure close. So up to this here structure. Now struct is a keyword. Structure name is defined by the user. So here whatever the data types you want to store in a single variable, those data type variables data to be declared over here. Then I am closing the structure and put a semicolon over here. So the semicolon is mandatory. I have forgotten. Now I am placing the semicolon here. Right? Now example. Struct is a keyword. For example, I want to store school data. So in school what the students will have? Students will have name, their marks, average, pass or fail, grades, every details we have for the students. Students phone number, student Aadhaar card, student mail ID, like this. So all these data of different types. Name may be character, Aadhaar card number may be integer, marks integer, average will be float, phone number is an integer. So different types of data we have to manage in a single variable, that we call it as a structure. Now struct is a keyword, school is a structure name. In this we are storing name, that is of character type, marks, two types of marks that are of integer type, average is of float type. So all here to be of small letters, right? That means here we are storing multiple type of data in a single variable, that we call it as a school. Now here school contains of which data types? Character, integer, float. So these togetherly combines we are specifying as struct as a user defined data type, and structure is a keyword. Next we will see how to access the structure. That means int m1 m2 you are writing in a normal program, so simply you will write ampersand of m1, ampersand of m2, m1 plus m2. But if you declare those in a structure, the access capability are different. Now we'll see how to define a structure variable and how to access the data members of the structure. Now to structure, we define structure variable. For this we follow the following syntax. Now we have given school as a structure name, so every time if you write school in the programs, it may be difficult. So what we'll do, we'll give some short name to the structure, that we call it as a structure variable. So structure name space and structure variable. Example, in the last example we have defined school. Now school is a structure name, S1 is a structure variable. Whatever the data variables we have in a school, that is m1, m2, name, average, those can be accessed with the help of the S1. You can write school directly, or you can also write S1. To access the data members of the structure, we have to use the following syntax. For example, marks are there, name is there. In order to access that, we have to specify the structure variable dot and data member. Example, s1 dot name. If you simply write printf name, it will not work. Why? Because this name is not a member of the main function, it is a member of the structure. So you have to refer the structure variable over there, so that compiler will understand that. So this name is declared in structure type. Now how to define a structure variables? To the structure variables we can give the random values, or you can also give the directed values. Now how to give that? Struct, structure name, structure variable and data members list. Example, struct is a keyword, so here also struct is a small letter, struct is a small keyword, school is a structure name, s1 is a structure variable. So in that, what the data we are declaring? We are declaring a name, so it is of character type, so enclosed in a double quotes. Now next, two subject marks m1 and m2. In our structure we also have a other member, that is average of float type. So how to get the average? If you have two subject marks, you will get the average very easily. m1 plus m2 by 2, that means two subject marks add and divided by 2, you will get the average. So in this way we are going to initialize the values to the structure variables. Next, structure program can be written in the following ways: global structure and global variables, structure within the structure, structure with the functions, structure with the arrays. Now we'll see direct programs on these four concepts: how to declare the global structures and global variables, how to write the program in one structure, another structure. That means in one structure I am going to write one more structure with functions. That means how to pass the structure variables to the functions. Normally to the functions we pass variables. That means some function, already we have seen some program, some a comma b. That means a comma b are normal variables. Now in this concept we'll see how to pass the values of structure variable to the function. Next, structure with the arrays. Now what is mean by array? Homogeneous data. Heterogeneous data is structure. Now this heterogeneous data also, if you want to accept multiple times, that means in school there are no single student, there are multiple student details. We have to accept, calculate the marks, display the result. So here the task we are repeating every time, so that means the collecting printing, calculating. This task is repeating every time, so we have to write that with the array so that all the student details should be available continuously. So this we are going to discuss now in the Turbo C editor. Now I am opening the Turbo C. I already written some of the programs of global structure and those all. Directly I am opening those programs. Right. Now this program is related to global structure and global variable. That means global is nothing but what? Entire program, whatever the variables you declared in the structure. So those variables are used in the entire program, not only in one program, in another C program also you can use. For example, look at here. Here global st.c program is there. Here global C program is there. So you can access this program data into this program also. So why? Because that is a global. Global nothing but anywhere you can access it. So in this program I am going to use these variables in this program only. Just I am telling the definition of global. Now look at here. Struct, structure name, character, name, integer, roll number, 3 subject marks, maths, physics, chemistry. You can place any subject names like M1, M2, M3 also, and total and float, average, and I am closing the structure with the semicolon. Now struct student S1. So this statement we call it as a global declaration. That means we are defining the structure variable outside the main, that we called as a global structure. So all these variables are called as the global variables. Then what means what? If you declare the structure variable S1 in the main function, so this S1 will work within the main only. Outside the main function, this S1 variable will not work. So if you define this S1 outside the main, you can work out this S1 in main function as well as the other functions of the same program also. Clear? Now, so how to declare a structure variable? Struct, structure name, and the structure variable. Now enter into the program. Void main. I'm going to use a function called calculate in order to calculate the 3 subject marks and displaying the total and average of the student. Now I'm calling a function called calculate. So this statement we call it as a function declaration only. So function declaration means we are informing the compiler that we are going to write the function of the void type and the function name is calculate without having any parameters. Just this statement is to understanding of the compiler only. Clear the screen. Printf, enter the name of the student. Now look at here. Scanf, normally we write ampersand of name, but this name is a variable of structure type. So it is not a character type now. It is a basically character type. That character type is enclosed in a structure. So we have to access that with the structure variable dot name. So wherever you are using name, yes number, MPC, total, average, so those all variables must and should be used in this fashion only. Ampersand of S1 dot name. Now printf, enter rule number, scanf, accept SNO. So simply SNO not to be written. S1 dot SNO. Next we are calling a function called calculate to calculate the marks of the students. Now calling a function calculate. Enter 3 subject marks. So S1 dot M, S1 dot P, S1 dot C. Now in doing calculations also we are not supposed to write simply M. Wherever you have writing M, S1 dot M, S1 dot P, S1 dot C. Now make the total and make the average and print those total and average. So this calculate function will calculate and display the 3 subject marks of the total and average to the students. Now compile. I'm compiling successfully. Run the program. enter some student name. I'm entering Bhargavi. Now I'm entering 3 subject marks of the, sorry, here we are asking only name, so we'll enter name only. Now enter the roll number, so I entered the roll number. 3 subject marks, 89, 90, 87. So whatever the numbers you can give now. So the total is 266 and the average is 88. Clear? So this is a global structure and global variables. Consider I'm commenting this here. Now I'm declaring the structure here. What error you'll get, understand. Struct student S1. What the meaning of this line? Here the structure variable where you are defining in main function. So this S1 will work in main function only. So the S1 will not work here. So S1 you are writing here. But this S1 is related to main function only. That means in this main function only the S1 will work. Why? Because inside the function you are defining. This is not a global declaration now. It is inside the main only. Now if you compile, you will get an error. Look at what is the error? Undefined symbol S1 at 26th line. So here you are getting error. Why? Because so the S1 is not global. Now this S1 he is in the main function. So you are getting the error over here. So if you want to declare the structure variable throughout the program, it is better to declare the structure as the global declaration. Now I'm putting this in a comment line. That means no need to compile that line. No success. Clear? So this is the difference between normal declaration of structure variable and global declaration of the structure variable. Now to understand, we'll trace the program. Now already starting from main. Clear the screen, enter the name. I'm giving some name. Now enter some rule number. I'm entering some rule number and function is going to be called. Now calling the function and I'm asking 3 subject marks. Now addition will be done, average will be done. Now it is going to print. Control moves back to the function and it is going to print that. So this is a global declaration function. Next we'll see some other programs on the structure. Now we'll see the program on structure within the structure. Now that means in one structure I am going to define one more structure. So that structure variables how to access we'll see in this program. That means structure within the structure. Structure, student, character name, integer, student number, total, float, average. Now in order to define the marks I am going to write one more structure. So why to write one more structure? Already the same program we did with the global declaration. Why to write again this program? Why to write this? For example, there are MPC students are there, chemistry students, maths, physics, chemistry students are there, botany, zoology students are there, arts students are there. Consider in a college. Now for the entire college we are writing only one program. For not, if you want to calculate 3 subject marks of MPC, one program. For arts, one program. For botany, zoology, for there one program. So it is not the right way to write the program for every group. No, we have to develop the application for a college. To in order to that we write a program that will be applicable for all the students. Consider that is the application we are developing. Now how to write that? So student name is common to all, number is common to all, total is common to all groups, average also common. But regarding the marks groups, maths, physics, chemistry for maths students, botany, zoology for science students, commerce, economics, something like that for commerce students. So we have to define 3 structures for 3 groups. So I'm taking only one group here, struct marks. Here in this structure one more structure marks, int maths, physics, chemistry marks, and I'm closing the structure. I'm defining the MA. So what is this? So this is the one more way of declaration of structure variable. So here also I'm defining structure, struct student S1. Instead of that you can also write structure variable here also, no problem. Now instead of declaring there, I can write s1 like this also. That means this is also structure variable. So this student structure I am giving the name as s1. You can write struct student s1, no problem. Whenever you are closing the structure also, if you give the name also, no problem, right? Now for the inner structure, the structure variable is ma. For the outer structure, the structure variable is s1. Now clear the screen, enter the student name and accept the student number, and now 3 subject marks I am going to ask. Now simply this name is belongs to what? This name is belongs to the outer structure. Now this student number also belongs to the outer structure. But whereas M, P, C, 3 subject marks are which group? First marks structure, that means marks structure, then that will be a structure of student. So you have to specify this M is related to MA structure variable. Now this MA structure variable is related to S1 structure variable. So 3 things you have to specify here. First structure dot inner structure dot the variable. So this is a way of declaring of structures within the structures. Whenever you calculate also, same way, S1 dot MA dot M. That means this MA is related to MA, this MA is related to structure. Now calculate the total and average and display those results back to the user. Now again here total and average are related to what? Outer structure. So no need to specify MA here. Why? Because these are related to outer structure, not the inner structure. That means inner structure variables are to be accessed with the inner structure variable and with the outer structure variable, whereas outer structure variables are accessed with only the outer structure variable only. So this program is now structures within the structure. Now compile the program, success. Now run. Enter the student name. I'm entering some name. I'm entering some roll number. I'm entering some marks. Now total and average I'm going to display. Now we'll see the one more program on structures. That is structure with the functions. Now I'm tracing the program directly. So there we are defining the structure student. In this we are having structure student number and name simply. Now I'm writing struct student S1. I'm giving SNO as 101, name as the Bhargavi. Now this structure variable consists of direct data. I'm not going to printf, enter the data, accept scanf, accept the data, number, name. I'm not writing everything. Why? Because already how to write that we have seen in the previous program. So how to initialize direct values I'm explaining you in this program. Struct student S1 101 Bhargavi I'm giving. Now I'm calling a function called display. To that I'm passing a structure variable. In normal things what we'll do, some a comma b write. Why? Because a comma b of integer type, so we are specifying the int in a function declaration. But here this display structure 1, S1 is of which type? Structure type. That structure consists of different data types of student. So void disp struct student comma space x we have to write. Why? Because this S1 is a variable of structure type. So that structure type consists of integer and character, that together we call it as a student type. Structure student is like a integer, this S1 like a. Now display, if you pass a, how we write display? A will write normal functions, but here structure variable na. So void display student struct student, and this is the variable x. So if you not specify x also, no problem, struct student also you can specify. And I'm calling the function void display. So S1 is of which type? Struct student x type. So in this structure I'm going to print the x dot SNO. Why? Because here SNO is not a variable of main, it is a variable of student type. So student type is we are declaring in this function as x variable. So in this S1, but in this we are declaring this x is a local variable. So S1 is local to the main function, whereas x is local to the display function. So x dot SNO, x dot name. Now compile the program and run the program. Now you are getting. Now trace the program. Main, I'm initializing the S1. I'm informing the compiler display function that consists of structure type data. Now display function with the structure variable is called. We are calling that, executing the number, printing the name, and going back to the main function. Now we'll get the data of this. So this program is related to structures with the function. That means how to pass a structure variable to a function. Normally we see how to pass a variable to a function, but this is related to how to pass a structure variable to function. Now we'll see one more program, that is the last program, structure with the arrays. Array of structure. Clear? Now in this, what is going to happen in the array of structures? In normally struct student name, SNO, average. So up to this the structure definition is closed. Now struct student S1 is simply accept one student details only. That means one student details we accepted, name, known, roll number accepted, 3 subject marks accepted. We are displaying total and average by doing the calculation. Now in this program, what I am doing, S1 of 3. That means this S1 is a structure variable that can hold 3 student details. That means the structure is now turned to the array. Structure is different, array is different. Array is homogeneous data, structure is heterogeneous data. If you remove this, if you are removing this, what happens? Only one student details you can store in S1. If you want to store multiple student details continuously in a memory allocation, what is the thing? Array is needed. Array is nothing but what? Continuation of allocation of same type of data. Here S1 is of which type of data? Student type of data. So that means S1 is no student type. Normally if you write integer A, what happens? A is of integer type. Integer A of 3 means what? Here A can store 3 values of integer type. Similarly here S1 of 3 means what? Here S1 is a structure variable of student type that can hold 3 student details. So this is a way of writing of array of structures. Now clear the previous screen. Normally for the single student we write S1 dot name, S1 dot number, S1 dot MPC marks. Addition is also S1 dot M, S1 dot P, S1 dot C, and S1 dot total. But we are going to write this program for multiple students. So A of 0, A of 1, A of 2, A of 3 will be in normally in arrays. So like S1 of 0, S1 of 1, S1 of 2 for structure details. That means S1 dot I. When your I is 0, S1 is S1 of 0 and the student name. S1 of 0 student number. S1 of 0 maths. S1 of 0 physics marks. S1 of 0 chemistry marks. So calculate the average, total and display back. Now when your I becomes 1, S1 of 1 first student name. Previously 0 student name is completed. That means first completed. Now second student name, second student marks, rule number, and the 3 subject marks. Do the calculation. When your I becomes 2, 2 less than 3, S1 of 2, that means 0 first student, 1 second student, 2 third student, name, number, 3 subject marks, display. When your I becomes 3, 3 less than 3, condition false, control comes out of the for loop and it going to print the 3 subject marks of the students. Sorry, 3 student details. Now run the program. Enter the name. Now I am entering the name as AAA. I am entering one student number as 101. 3 subject marks. Now we have got the total and average. Now it is going to ask second student name, second student number, 3 subject marks. Okay, first student marks. Okay, there are 0 student marks, first student marks. Now it is going to print the second. That means according to the array 0, 1, 2, 3, first, second, third. Enter rule number. Now I am entering 101, 102, 103. 3 student details and marks I am entering. Clear? So this is the combination of structures with the functions, structures within the structure, structure with the arrays, and global structure and global variables. So these all concepts are related to structures only. Clear? I'm not saving. Why? Because already have saved all the programs. Now thank you for watching my videos. If you like my videos, please share and subscribe to my channel.